my Liptons. So I wanted to come in here and this is a hot mess. Like, I honestly, like, this is a hot mess. There's a hot mess. And honestly, when it comes to things like this, like, it honestly truly does make me feel uncomfortable to talk about, like, families publicly feuding because, like, I don't like it personally. Like, I wish that, like, I wish it was a perfect world and all families would get along and that sort of thing. But I've kind of been, sitting on the sidelines watching this situation from afar. Because, like, one, like, I don't talk about, like, when it comes to, like, the Beckhams, like, I don't really talk about them on my channel like that. I think I probably only spoke about them once. But, y'all, the shit has hit the fan. The shit has hit the fan. David ended up coming, like, he put this whole thing on his Instagram stories and basically spilling the whole tea, and I mean everything about what happened behind the scenes between him, his wife, his mother Victoria, and his dad David. And honestly, towards the end of this, because I want to read all the messages that David wrote out, because it's like, I don't understand these parents, like, because it also goes to, it's not just, David that's going through this. It's, Meghan Markle's also, still, unfortunately, and Prince Harry, they're also going through this as well. And it's just like, I don't understand these parents, that put, fame, brand, PR, all this stuff, like, they put that over their own kids. Like, for the life of me, I don't understand it. Like, it's so beyond me. It's so beyond me. So let's read these messages because and shout out to Pop Base because they got the tea. They screenshotted everything and put it here. So let's read this. So he says here, because I guess there was like another tabloid, I don't know, maybe article or something like that came out, or like, because I did go to, before I started this video, I did go to Nicola, I think that's her name. I did go to her Instagram. There are some hate comments there. So I think maybe like they got fed up with the hate comments. So now Brooklyn has come out to discuss. So he says here, I've been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private. Unfortunately, my parents and their team have continued to go to the press, leaving me with no choice but to speak for myself and tell the truth about only some of the lies that have been printed. I do not want to reconcile with my family. I'm not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life. For my entire life, my parents have controlled narratives in the press about our family. The performative social media posts, family events, and inauthentic relationships have been a fixture of the life I was born into. Recently, I have seen with my own eyes the lengths that they'll go through to place countless lies in the media, mostly at the expense of innocent people, to preserve their own fake hate. But I believe the truth always comes out. And he's telling his truth, okay? My parents have been trying to endlessly ruin my relationship. And that's the part, like, anyway, I'm going to get to it. Have been trying to ruin my relationship since before the wedding, and it hasn't stopped. My mom canceled making Nicola's dress in the 11th hour despite how excited she was to wear her design. So you mean it's Victoria, you mean I'm sorry, I shouldn't even be laughing about this. You offered yourself to make your future daughter-in-law her wedding dress, and then the day of you canceled? That is diabolical. I'm sorry. That is yo, Victoria, this is bad. This is not good. So she cancels, and then she says, forcing her to urgently find a new dress, weeks before our big day. Oh, not the day of, I'm sorry. So she said the 11th hour. Okay, so weeks before. So, but still, it's like, goddamn, like, I don't know. I'm going to get to it towards the end because y'all know I'll be making my little slight comments here and there when I be reading things. My parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected me, my wife, and our future children. So it's looking like Yeah, it's looking like they didn't want David to profit. I mean Brooklyn. Oh my God, I said David. Brooklyn. Brooklyn. David is the father. Brooklyn is the son. Yeah, you guys, you see how I don't be, y'all already know. I don't be talking about these people like that. That's why I be getting these names confused. I'm sorry. Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. They wanted him to sign away his name so that he couldn't profit off his name, which would have affected me, my wife, and our future children. They were adamant on me signing before my wedding date because then the terms of the deal would be initiated. My holdout affected the payday, and they have never treated me the same since. During the wedding planning, my mom went so far as to call me evil because Nikolai and I chose to include my nanny Sandra and Nicola's, I guess, nanny at our table because they both didn't have their husbands. Both of our parents had their own tables equally adjacent to ours. Okay. The night before our wedding, members of my family told me that Nicola was not blood and not family. Since what is this beef about? Like, what is like? Here's the thing. What I would like to ask Victoria and David, like, what exactly is your beef with Nicole? Like, do you have an issue with her? Because I know that Nicola comes from like a billionaire family. I think her father's a billionaire. So like, is there something like you don't like her father's belief? Like, what's the tea exactly? Like, why don't y'all like her? Like, there has to be like, what exactly is the reason for like? Because what is all this animosity about? It's so weird to me. I've received endless attacks from my parents, both privately and publicly, that were sent to the press on their orders. Even my brothers were sent. Yeah, I did see that. Even my brothers were sent to attack me on social media before they ultimately blocked me out of nowhere this last summer. My mom hijacked my first dance with my wife. Yeah, I did see that a couple months back when that leaked onto the press, which had been planned weeks in advance to a romantic love song. In front of 500 wedding guests, Mark Anthony called me to the stage where in the schedule was planned to be my romantic dance with my wife, but instead my mom was waiting to dance with me instead. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life. We wanted to renew our vows so we could create new memories of our wedding day that bring us joy and happiness, not anxiety and embarrassment. Child, Victoria, Victoria, Victoria. My wife has been consistently disrespected by my family, no matter how hard we've tried to come together as one. My mom has repeatedly invited women from my past to our lives in ways that were clearly intended to make us both uncomfortable. Why? Despite this, we still traveled to London for my dad's birthday and were rejected for a week as we waited in our hotel room trying to plan quality time with him. He refused all our attempts unless it was his big birthday party with 100 guests and cameras at every corner. When he finally agreed to see me, it was under the condition that Nicola wasn't invited. What the hell? Like, what is this beef that I have with his wife? It was a slap in the face. Later, when my family traveled to LA, they refused to see me at all. My family values public promotion and endorsements above all else. Brand Beckham comes first. Family love is decided by how much you post on social media or how quickly you drop everything to show up and pose for a family photo op, even if it's at the expense of our professional obligations. We've gone out of our way for years to show up and support every fashion show, every party, and every press activity to show our perfect family. But the one time my wife asked for my mom's support to save displaced dogs during the LA fires, my mom refused. Okay, this is the last one. The narrative that my wife controls me is completely backwards. I have been controlled by my parents for most of my life. I grew up with overwhelming anxiety for the first time in my life. Since stepping away from my family, that anxiety has disappeared. I wake up every morning grateful for the life I chose. and have found peace and relief. My wife and I do not want a life shaped by images, press, or manipulation. All we want is peace, privacy, and happiness for us and our future family. Listen, let me just say this. When it comes to this situation, I believe Brooklyn. I believe Brooklyn 100%. And I think that especially because he is the child, like, he's the child in this situation. So it's like, I don't feel like he will fabricate something like this. I don't understand why David and Victoria, like, what, like, for the life of me, I don't get families who put the image above like what's actually going on behind the scenes, or like you're trying to, you know, profit off of something when you know that that's something that you're not actually going through behind the scenes. And it feels like now it's like I really look at the Beckhams, not that I, was like following them in a way, but now like I feel like if they were to pop up on my timeline or something like that, I would look at them completely differently, because it's like, wow, like y'all really chose the dollar over your own kid. Like y'all really chose the coin over your own son. And on top of that, what is this beef that y'all have with the wife? Like, and I don't get it. Like, for the life of me, like, I feel like as a parent, you're supposed to support your, and unless like the spouse or the girlfriend or whatever, even the boy, it could be on either side, boyfriend, girlfriend, unless they're showing clear red flags, like, oh my God, this might be a horrible person, this might be, but like, if this is the person that your son wants to marry and wants to be with, why aren't y'all supporting him? Why, if this is someone, if my child comes to me and says, hey, this is someone who I love, this is someone who I want to be with for the rest of my life, this is someone who I want to build a family with, why are y'all against it? And I would like to think that as a parent, Victoria and David, y'all would be in support of y'all child finding love and being in a happy, healthy relationship. But instead, literally trying to actively try to sabotage the marriage, try to sabotage the engagement, try to sabotage when they were dating. Like, it's like, what is your problem? What is the problem exactly? And I'll be honest with you, and there's no shade. This is where the superficial part comes into play. I would think that y'all guys would be happy for Nicola because she comes from a rich ass family. So I would think that y'all would be even more happy about that. That David is not. I mean, I keep saying David. That Brooklyn is not dating, marrying down or something like that. So it's just, I don't know. That's more the superficial part of it. But it does seem like Brooklyn truly loves his wife. It does come across like that. So I don't understand why Victoria, and it's like, Victoria, what if her parents would have done the same thing to her when she got with, what happened? Like, what if her parents tried to do the same thing to her when she wanted to get with David, and like there was a bunch of this like pushback and like, oh no, it's not gonna happen, we don't like him, but like, or David the same. I mean, David the same thing. What if like when he was first getting with Victoria and his folks said something about it, he would have felt some type of way about it. So I don't understand, someone who you gave birth to, someone who you brought into this world, someone who you're supposed to show love, affection, support them, is now going on a journey of finding a partner. Y'all are sabotaging your own child. Like, I don't get. And then on top of that, Victoria, why the hell are you taking the spotlight from the bride in her own wedding day? What kind of nonsense is this? And that honestly really shows how narcissistic Victoriabeckham is. Because like, what do you mean you took the dance that he was supposed to have with his wife? You went up there and was like, excuse me, this is my spotlight right now. This is my time to shine. Like I said, I think that it's unfortunate that this is happening. And I don't know what's going on with these parents. Like, like I said, like the same thing was, with Meghan Markle, her father, like Prince Harry, his father. It's like these fucking, these parents, y'all. I mean, all we can hope for I mean, then again, I don't. It's going to take, even if there is a chance of reconciliation between these, is especially with all this information right here. This is going to take some years. This is going to take some years. Like it's not going to happen overnight. Like this is not going to take. This is going to take some years. Like I think one, Victoria and David, they need to stop with this fake hate, famous, oh my gosh, we're the Beckhams, brand Beckham bullshit. And y'all need to freaking find out what exactly is family, putting your children first, their needs first. And I don't know, maybe they also need to go to like family therapy or something like that. This is honestly I would say for one, they both sides, like Brooklyn side, Victoria and Davis, like everyone needs to like have their space for a while. This is gonna take some time to heal, and who knows, it might not heal. But I think that, and I do feel like the way Brooklyn is coming across in these messages that he put up on his stories, it does come across like he really, really tried hard to have his parents involved in this process, and like his parents were just acting trifling. So it's like, I'm sure that it did hurt him that he had to cut ties with his parents and his siblings on top of that. Like, he has like what, four, yeah, like, because he has like two other brothers and a younger sister. So it's like, I'm sure it's really tough on him to do that. It's not easy to cut off family unless they're toxic. So that's what it's giving me. Like, it's giving me like Victoria and David they're toxic. They're toxic. So I think that Victoria and David, they need to go and sit down at a psychotherapist or whatever you want to call it, and discuss why they're so narcissistic. And then maybe they can try to encounter and mind you, this is their oldest on top. Like, bro, like, why y'all? It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. But I will say this: I'm happy that Brooklyn stood up for his wife. Like, a lot of times in the media, in the press, you do get a lot, oh, the woman is the reason why the son is not talking to. No. Let's not infantilize the boys, okay? Let's not infantilize these men. So I'm happy that he stood up for his wife. I'm happy that, and she's a beautiful girl too. Like, I'm like, child, David and Victoriabeckham are bugging, okay? They are wilding. She's a beautiful girl. She's rich. Unless, I don't know, unless Victoria does a counter message on her stories discussing why she don't fuck with Nicola, I don't get it. Am I missing something here? Like, why are you sabotaging your son? Why were you trying to sabotage your son's wedding? And then on top of that, you offered to do her wedding dress, and then the last minute, that's diabolical. And you really think, like, that's really, really bad. So unless the Beckhams or something like that saw something, but then again, I don't believe, because I'm like, I don't know. It's a mess. But either way, like I said, I hope all families heal. I don't like when families feud. Like, I think I discussed it on my channel before. When Miley Cyrus and Billy Ray Cyrus were beefing, I talked about it. I was like, listen, like, I hate this. Like, I wish they will, be cool with, work things out. And they did. So who knows? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. But the way these messages, like, Brooklyn is hurt. Like, he's really, really hurt. And on top of that, for Victoria and Davis, for them to be going to the press with this is really, really nasty. It's really, really nasty of them and it's very narcissistic for them to do that. And against their own child too. That's the part that kills me. Yeah, own child. Either way, you guys tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get up to 2,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.